Hello and welcome to the Philippines. Today's topic, property prices in the Philippines and Thailand. Why Thailand, you ask? It's because I came across some information the other day that may be of interest. Gives you a little bit of an idea of the downward pressure on prices. A number of issues and factors contributing to the present situation where we're going to see a major adjustment in real estate prices, residential, commercial, and probably even industrial. Those buildings were from Mandani Bay over in Mandawi. Big, huge project that is ongoing for many years now. A couple of the big towers are up, but there's still a lot of work to do. This one is Persimmon. I lived there for a number of months, and I'm just going to play an old video that I lived there that I did when I moved in there, and let you browse around a little bit while I discuss property prices. And you've got a number of factors. Number one, the biggest factor is the present worldwide economic lockdown. Pretty much that is just going to pretty much canceled almost all travel in the world, and so that is going to make a major impact on prices and demand, for that matter. People can't move. They can't move into new places. Many areas, especially in the Philippines, you're not allowed. Even most of the hotels are still closed. The developers and the owners, the landlords, if you talk about renting, are starting to offer some double-digit discounts. And I've heard here in the Philippines, I've heard a number of developers offering like 10% discounts. Basically, if you've been following the prices at all over the last year, that is about how much they've risen in the last 12 months, approximately. Although in some areas they've risen much more than that. I'm talking about Cebu City in particular. Here's some information by property type, how they have increased in price over the past year. Condominiums, major. Some comparisons between the various countries in Asia regarding square meter prices, price to rent ratio. Here's some information about rents in the Manila area. Varies greatly from a low up to a high, and this was in 2019. And so it's dated. It's going to have a major adjustment to it. I am paying 500 pesos per square meter where I live in Cebu City. You're going to have lots of individuals with money and companies with money who are looking to buy in at bargain basement prices, and they're going to start grabbing stuff up, the real good deals as fast as they can. I think that will help boost the economy a little bit. And also, as far as the landlords, there's different types of landlords who want to rent their units out. There are those people with money, and they're not in a big hurry. They will try to hold their prices. There are those people who will be desperate to rent their places out, and you will be able to. It's going to really be up to you to negotiate the best deal that you can, because there are no standards, there are no normals right now. We're not starting completely from scratch, but almost. There's also another factor, OFWs, overseas Filipino workers, who over about a third of a million or more than that, are coming back. They've lost their jobs all over the world. They're coming back to the Philippines, and they were a percentage of the people who were buying these units up to rent, and now they're not only out of a job, but they're uh, if they bought one, they've got payments to make going forward. There may be some leeway for a month or two, but they're going to be in a hurry either to sell or to rent them out. I am not a broker or in the real estate business, but I do I know a number of expats who are looking to rent some units, as well as one guy at least wants to sell a couple of units, number of units, and I'll put some information about those up probably next week. And in the meantime, I've also been talking with a few real estate agents, and I'll put contact information. Uh, it's a interesting situation going forward, and there will be a lot of negotiating going on. I've got some additional information about Thailand, as I mentioned. They're going to have a big sale, nationwide sale, online sale coming up. A 24-hour sale, in fact, and you can put a down payment, use a credit card to put a down payment down, and if you decide not to buy the property, you get 100% of that back. So I'm guessing that more and more developers here in the Philippines, they may get together and do something like that as well. I would certainly hope that they would be innovative and aggressive in those areas to make more of the projects available at the better prices. Prices have been going up since about 2010, so almost 10 years now. They've had a strong growth because of the demand. Many companies moving in and setting up their business processing offices. A few manufacturing companies. Another thing that's going to put some pressure on the market is some of these. I think there are thousands of companies that will be leaving China, and already the Philippines, I'm sure Thailand, Vietnam, Cambodia have had. I've been talking to some of those companies. They want to relocate. There's some major issues in staying in staying in China. So that is the good news. That hopefully they will bring jobs and investment into the country. Now let's bounce over to the Thailand site and look at some of that property. There's a news channel called The Tiger that is sponsoring this as well. Let's take a little side trip over to Thailand. Here's a site called The Tiger. It's a news channel, English language news channel based out of Thailand, and they put out a news story on YouTube once a day, and five to 7 minutes long usually. And anyway, they put out some interesting information. They are helping to sponsor a property sale there in Thailand. It's an online deal. Anybody can register, and you can put a down payment on properties. It's Thursday, June 18th, I believe, about noon, 12 p.m. Thailand time. So I think that'd be 11 a.m. Philippine time, and 24-hour property sale. You can buy online for over the course of 24 hours. They'll be showing different properties. You can use a credit card to put a down payment down. If you don't purchase, you get 100% of your down payment back. So there's some incentive there. And not just in Bangkok, but in other markets around. So here, property prices are expected to decline by double digits in the next few months. So 10% or more, as Thailand property developers begin to offer more sales incentives. Recent survey by leading property portal Fazwaz indicated that 50% of Thailand's property developers are considering discounting at least 20% off minimum benchmark prices. CEO of Fazwaz says the measures are a long-term response, with the pandemic arguably giving a much-needed push to developers to clear their stock of unsold units. Now, the property situation in Thailand is different, a little bit different than it is here in the Philippines. But anyway, city fringe condominiums that were previously marketed for 150 baht per square meter are now reduced to 115,000 baht per square meter for a one-bedroom unit. Putting that into perspective, the total price of an apartment has dropped from 4.8 million to 3.6 million. Since early 2020, we've seen an increase in inquiries from savvy investors looking specifically for undervalued listings, so-called bargain hunters. Their property seekers are cash rich, so there's a lot of people out there with money, and they're looking to get in at a low rate, purchase properties. And here's the sale. I think you click this and you can click that and register. You do need to register to get signed up for that if you are interested. Yeah, by hitting that takes you over to this here site, gives you the time, 12 p.m., which if you're, that's Bangkok time, I think that would be 11 a.m. In the morning here in the Philippines, 1 hour difference, 9, 10, 11. Oh, June 18th. June 18th, not, it's on June 18th. And you click that and you can register to participate. Country, phone number, where'd you hear about it, email, preferred chat, line, WeChat, Messenger. Looks easy enough. And there was another article over here, prepare for delays in reopening international borders. They're looking at the second quarter, or no, the third or fourth quarter before they start allowing international travel, is what the article said. And that means they won't open everything up at once. They'll probably open up the routes coming in from areas that have no or very few cases at the present time. So 10% discount on sale seems to be the starting point presently until they kind of feel and see what's going on. The fact that that foreigners are not allowed to travel into the Philippines for another month or 2 or 3, who knows, that's going to put a big additional downward pressure on that, I think. So in the coming month or 2 or 3, I would expect prices to decline further as well. And then you may find other motivated sellers. Anyway, I will, next week or so, I will put up another video about some of the rentals that I'm familiar with and the sales from expats that I know of. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll see you next time.